WSTB, Clarksville. Hey everybody, welcome to today's session at St. Bethlehem's United Methodist Church with Pastor Richard Wesley and co-host Ashley Kettle. Enjoy.
So, here we are again, Ashley. It is Ash Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Ash Wednesday, yes. Now, by the time you see this, Ash Wednesday will be yesterday, and I hope you got your ash in church yesterday. What? So, are you doing Madness this year?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because that was what we were doing on the board, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I got to ask you, because tomorrow is when we have to pair the first saints.
Yes.
And our first selection of saints would be Thomas More.
Yes.
Or James the Less.
Yes.
Thomas More or James the Less. Okay, so you'll vote tomorrow, but you've filled out your
Oh, that's right.
brackets.
I forgot to vote.
Yes, you got to vote tomorrow. Yeah. When the email comes in,
That's
you got to
right.
vote. So, are you voting for Thomas More or James the Less?
James the Less.
No, I'm voting for Thomas More. So, here's why I'm going for Thomas More. Thomas More was a man who was eager to engage in argument and debate. Isn't that great? I love that. But I like this about him even more. He lived in the 1500s. And he made sure he was committed to the education of his wife and his 4 daughters. Now, in the 1500s, that just wasn't a priority for women to be educated. And I love that about this man. And so I'm voting for Thomas More. So why are you going for James the Less, nonetheless?
I'm going for James the Less because I'm competitive. And I believe that is who most people are going to vote for.
You think that? Now, here's the thing about James the Less. We don't even know for sure who this is. Right?
Right. But more people have heard of James.
But we know he's one of the characters in the New Testament.
I need a little competitive streak.
And so you think that most people, because he's a biblical character, are going to vote for him. Yep, and you may be right. Okay, well, we'll see by tomorrow evening how this plays out. All right, well, before you go away, I do want to talk to you about what's coming up this Sunday at St. Bethlehem United Methodist Church. It is March the 1st, and it's Communion Sunday, and it's also the first Sunday in Lent. Now, we are beginning a 5-week. There you go, James. You can. We are beginning a 5-week sermon series on Journey with Jesus. Over the course of the next 5 weeks, beginning this Sunday, we're going to see Jesus encountering several different figures, and there's lessons in these that are good. The very first one that he's going to encounter this Sunday is the devil. This is the temptations of Jesus. And so we're going to be looking at experiencing life with Jesus. These temptations are something that we all experience. In fact, we'll learn Sunday morning, these are the very temptations of the nation Israel when they left Egypt on their way to the Holy Land. And so we'll make that connection and talk about what that means for us. And then next Sunday, we'll be looking at Nicodemus. There goes the paper down. And so we'll look at Jesus' encounter with Nicodemus. And then the third week will be with the Samaritan woman. The fourth week will be with the blind man. And finally, we will end up with Lazarus and that resurrection scene of Lazarus prior to the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus. So that's where we're going. This Sunday, we're singing that hymn, How Firm a Foundation. Won't stay up. Then, in our 11 o'clock service, the exploring service, this Sunday we're going to be exploring Lent. We're beginning our series of studies in Lent. We're using as the basis for this study Amy Jill Levine's Entering the Passion of Jesus, a Beginner's Guide to Holy Week. Now, just because it's a beginner's guide doesn't mean those of you that are seasoned in Holy Week experiences year after year. There's a lot of good stuff in here for you to experience and explore. This first week, we're looking at Jerusalem, risking reputation. Now, after the Easter season, we will be looking at different studies during this exploring time frame at 11 a.m. on Sundays. And so upcoming studies in that exploring service will be generational intelligence. We're going to explore that for several weeks. And then climate change and faith. Well, as you noticed, we didn't have an Ashley's Top 5. Did you give that up for Lent?
I did.
I don't think she really gave it up for Lent, but we wanted to talk to you a little bit about Lent Madness today. You can go to lentmadness.org and you can sign up to get their emails, and you can read these stories about saints, some modern, some biblical, and they pair two of them against each other, like the ones that we discussed just now, and you vote on which one you think is the saint that you would like to cast your vote for.
Vote for James.
Vote for James. All right, well, say goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, Ashley.
Goodbye, Ashley. We'll see you next time. Vote for James, yeah.
I shouldn't tell you this. I should just wait till you watch the video, but that fell over because I blew it over twice.
Is that why it kept blowing over or falling over? That doesn't surprise me. For some reason, it just doesn't. Even John Wesley said, "Oh my, look at that! Look at that! That Ashley. What are we going to do with him?"
You sure are shaky today.
Yeah, well, so is John.